Well, hello boys and girls, and welcome to the RUSTYSCALE show. This is the third and last episode about the Henschel Hs123 build. It's a GasPatch model, it's in 1/48 scale and absolutely brilliant. I use the Ammo Mix decal solutions number 1 and number 2 for this build. I like it, it's handy to use. You have to get a grip with it first a bit. The first results were not perfect, but the decals of the GasPatch model kit are great. You can't say anything bad about it. Now for the swastika decal, they had those cutted ones, which I didn't really like, so I used some of an aftermarket decal sheet that I bought. After the decals had dried on the next day, I start to slice them up with my hobby knife. Just have the blade inside the panel lines, don't put any pressure on it. Let it do the work, the cutting work by itself. It's sharp enough if you make sure you have a new blade on. Now, I was very happy to make it within the deadline of the group build because I was building this kit for a group build. And yeah, I was very happy I could make it in time because I thought like it takes 2 weeks longer. But then I realized, oh no, this will end 2 weeks earlier than I thought, so I had to speed up a bit. And I wasn't sure anymore if I could really make it, but I could make it and I was very happy. And the second thing is that I was very glad that I could make it under the top 3 because for this group build it was not really a competition, but there was some judging and there were some prizes, of course. And it was not judging by popular vote, it was judged by some IPMS judges. And they just had a look at the pictures. They are not on social media, so you know, they were not biased in any kind of way. So I was very glad that, yeah, I made it into the top 3. I won the 2nd place and got a little prize. Very happy about it, especially because it was not by popular vote. It was it was judged by some judges. That's a very, very cool thing, and really appreciate that. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, there is a masking sheet which is coming for the kit, and I don't really recommend to use it. I should have to use the other one, which I bought specially for the wheels, for the tires. But I thought, yeah, let's give the one which is coming with the kit. Let's give it a go. And I don't know, man. These vinyl masks, they are very stiff and very fiddly, and it was very difficult to mask this windshield. I did an inside canopy masking as well because the masking sheet provides 2 sets. It's good, it worked out in the end, but I thought maybe I should really have used the other one. Somebody told me also the masking sheet with the kit is not the best around. This is another cool thing. With the kit, there is a carton jig. You have to quickly assemble it, and then it's used to align the landing gear. So I glued the landing gear and made sure I didn't lose any time, so the glue is still flexible and has not hardened out. And you can use that jig to align the landing gear. Very, very cool thing. I'm hand painting the bolts on the engine. Dummy! Okay. This was when I realized that I forgot to turn the camera on. Because yeah, I developed some cool style to paint the exhausts. First sprayed with satin black, and then kind of dry brush it first with a copper metal color, and then different rust tones. So just like dry brush it, don't paint it, like dry brush it. I think, yeah, I will use this technique for the future exhausts. I really like it. You can try out different tones, and yeah, in a later video I will talk more about it. Dry brushing became one of my favorite techniques. These days, yeah, you can really expand that from not only dry brushing edges, as I'm doing here with chipping color or light metal color. I love it. And it's so easy to do, very easy, and the result looks great. Dry fitting the cockpit doors before I assemble them in open position. I did a little research on the internet to find pictures if it was really, like, you know, possible that both the doors were open, and it took some time, but I finally found a picture. So I thought, okay, it's legit to build it with two open cockpit doors. I used the MOMIG enamel washes. My go-to washes right now, I just love them so much. They fit perfect for me, and you know the procedure. First the gloss coat, then the washes, then the cleaning with a Q-tip. I did a very unconventional way of painting the propeller. I sprayed it with a silver or steel first. Then I sanded it down so it looks kind of messy, and after that I did some sort of dry brushing again with light metal color, and yeah, it gives an all-in-all very worn look, but not like you have to do a lot of weathering or anything. And later on, when I used varnish, it blended everything together so nicely. I really love the result, and I will definitely use the same technique for the next propeller I'm going to build in my next model. Here I'm just finishing the engine. I painted it with satin black, then also dry brushed it with light metal, and now the effects I just shown with the oil and petrol spills. The engine cover you have to assemble in 3 steps. First the lower one, then the one to the left, and then one to the right. Now, after I did the first 2 ones, I decided this looks very cool. With just, you know, one piece is missing, is disassembled, and you can have a closer look at the engine and the exhausts. So I kind of thought, I maybe just leave it out and leave it open and don't assemble the third one. And here I was thinking, like, should I assemble the third piece or not? And I wasn't sure, so I just started to assemble the tank, the external tank. Now, gunmetal is one of my favorite color of all times. The Revell enamel gunmetal. I think I used it from my first model on to paint the guns. Yeah, and it's still the same pot. I mean, it's still the same. I haven't bought the new one. It's still the same paint. I'm using this since quite some years now. Now here we have the most delicate step of the entire build, and that is assemble the upper wing. You have to align everything with those 4 attaching pieces, supporting pieces. Make sure each and every one is attached correctly on both sides. And yeah, it's took some time and a lot of patience, but it's manageable. It's manageable. If I can do it, you can do it. I had to cut a bit of the propeller. It was too long. Didn't really fit properly. And also here with the propeller, I did a few rounds from all kind of angles to make sure it sits correctly. Ooh, and another step I was kind of afraid of, to cut out this Reviglass. I didn't know exactly should I use a scissor or a knife or how to do it. It's very fragile, it's very small, and you have to really take care. Now I'm very lucky that there were 2 pieces on that foil, because of course I lost the first one. But the second one, I managed to not lose it and also assemble it even. I will talk about later when I'll show you the finished build. Now the windshield is in place, glued on with some regular PVA glue. And this small piece on top of the vertical stabilizer, of course I broke it off and I had to find some replacement part. It was not the only piece that I lost. I always enjoy rigging a lot. Not only because I think it's just a very cool step of every build, also it's always one of the last steps of the build, so you kind of know that, yeah, I'm just about to finish this model. Basically, it's always the same thing. Use a tiny amount of super glue, hold the line in place, wait until it bonds, and you can let it go.
Let it go.
Okay, yes, I did it. I'm finished. Just in time, just about in time, because the group build ends tomorrow. So tomorrow I gotta send in my pictures. I'm pretty happy I just made it in time over the finish line. And I can honestly say, and I'm proud to announce, that this kit here, the GasPatch Hs123 A-1 in 1/48 scale, is the second officially RUSTYSCALE approved kit. Okay, it's RUSTYSCALE approved now. In the finishing race, I did a lot of things like small adjustments, corrections, and I added the rigging. You maybe cannot spot it right now, so I'm gonna show it to you. Hope this focus. So now you can see the rigging. But it's not only these two. This fuel tank is strapped with 4 pieces, and also the upper wing. You see, you have 4 pieces here. Then I left the engine open so you can see parts of the engine and the exhaust. I didn't plan to do this, but it's just the way you have to assemble it. The last piece would be this part of the engine cover that is missing at the moment, but I thought I'll leave it out because it gives a nice look. We have this side view here. I like it because the doors are open. The storage room is in an open position here. And then you have, so I think this kind of fits together because I have everything open that is possible. Then I did the windshield. You can see it, you spot it here. And I even managed, I didn't think I could do that, but I managed to assemble that Revi glass. It's right here. This little, it's right here. This little piece here. And the rigging here on the antenna is a bit special. If you could focus on the antenna, please. So I saw in the instruction that it looks like the rigging here, the cable, goes around the antenna. You just not simply glue it on here, you know. You have to assemble it around the antenna and then glue it together here. That's what I did. Here I could simply attach it to this small part, which I lost, and I cut out another small part. This is actually the connecting part. This is from the sprues. I cut this out. I lost the original one. I broke it off, same as this one over here up on top. So whenever you lose parts, you just use some other parts which are left, okay? You find the one which is like looks closest to the one that you lost, and you try to make it fit somehow. So yeah, that's it. I'm very happy about the build. I'm very happy about the result, although I did not do all the weathering steps that I usually do. Usually I have my weathering program, and I didn't do it on this kit. I just did a bit, like the most important weathering steps, but due to the nice paint job and the marbling and everything and pre-shading I did before, it's enough. It looks used, but not abused. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy. I will take my picture soon, and see you in the next video.
Let it go.